A man is thrown over a police barricade. New York police in full riot gear push back Occupy Wall Street protesters with batons. After day-long clashes, a Manhattan court rules the movement is no longer allowed to occupy New York's Zuccotti Park with tents. It all started early Tuesday when police moved into Lower Manhattan, clearing the park of people, tents, and sleeping bags, and making 200 arrests.
Then I heard, "Get out of your tents now, the police are here." And I got out and they had on their helmets with the shields and they were standing there with their batons.
It's really saddened to see all the work we put in just destroyed in one night, to see us thrown out like we're garbage.
In a matter of hours, the park that resembled a tent city was evacuated and scrubbed down to pristine condition.
Zuccotti Park, which for the past 2 months has been base camp for the Occupy protesters, was occupied by NYPD officers. City officials say they plan to keep protesters along the periphery of the park. They cite sanitation and safety reasons. That means no tents, no tarps.
From the beginning, I've said that the city has two principal goals: guaranteeing public health and safety and guaranteeing the protesters' First Amendment rights. But when those two goals clash, the health and safety of the public and our first responders must be the priority.
Demonstrators temporarily set up shop in other city parks before marching back to Zuccotti. But when they tried to re-enter, they were met by police force.
Right here is a conjunction that's come from the courts that says we have the permission to enter the park with our tents and all of our belongings.
Protesters waved copies of a court order allowing them to return with tents, although most of them have no clue where their belongings were taken. But police kept them out while the legal battle behind the eviction played out in a Manhattan court.
They'd like to say it's a camping case. It's not a camping case. It's a First Amendment case.
What is at issue here is whether or not we are allowed to and did promulgate reasonable rules about the safety and use of that park.
As the day went on, more arrests, including journalists, some working for the Associated Press. Protesters say the police action will only encourage occupiers across the country.
The fact that this crackdown happened in this way I think it will only bring more people to our movement, and, you can't stop the movement by closing one location.
In New York, BONNY, GHOSH, Associated Press.